Now. So again, good afternoon. I'm Amy Susan. I'm with Missouri Enterprise. Thank you for joining us for day 3 of our dedicated COVID webinar series. As today we focus on supplier scouting solutions and specifically how this program can help us as manufacturers meet the urgent needs in the medical community and beyond. I also want to take a moment to thank many of the attendees that are on today who have responded to the call to action to retool, pivot, change gears to help with the medical supply chain gap. We've had an overwhelming response, and just want to let you know that we continue to work with our state and federal partners and want to ensure you that they do have your information pertaining to capacity and capabilities, and more information will be revealed as time goes on. But as the state's MEP Center, our entire purpose is to help sustain manufacturing in the state of Missouri. Bottom line, that's our mission, and it's especially important today, and I cannot stress that enough. If your company and you're listening here has needs with materials, supplies, workers, connecting with another agency, whether it be federal or state, please let us know. We are here to serve you. We have plenty of time after this presentation for question and answers. Simply just type your questions into that chat. If you scroll down, there's that little chat button there, and type that in. If we miss it and do not catch it, if there's a whole bunch coming in at once, then we apologize first and foremost, but please go ahead and follow up with an email, and we'll make sure that one of us gets back to you with some information. Okay, without further ado, I would like to kick it over to Dave Goebel. He's our supplier scouting lead, who will be joining us from his lovely home in St. Louis, Missouri, to provide an overview of this program. So take it away, Dave. I'm going to black out and just leave it to Dave in the presentation.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Pleased to be here today. I'm sorry for the circumstances. These are certainly unprecedented times that we're seeing. I wish I could say, this being April 1st, that this was all a big hoax and that it's not for real, but it certainly is. And in part of what we hope to be part of the answer to some of the problems that are out there is the Supplier Scouting Program that I'm going to talk about very briefly, but I think completely today. So as Amy mentioned, we'd like to field any questions that you have, and you can certainly feel free to contact me afterward if something comes up a little bit down the road. So without any further delay, let's get moving. I'm going to jump right into a hypothetical situation. With regard to the Supplier Scouting Program, let's say that a hospital needs surgical gloves. And it's important to note that we have to identify the need first. This is no different than any type of continuous improvement project. We always have to have the goal in mind. What are we trying to accomplish? And in this case, again, it's to find a source of surgical gloves for a particular hospital. So with that need in mind, the need is determined. That's communicated to us, to Missouri Enterprise, through our vast network of connections. We would then submit the requirements to the Supplier Scouting Program, and then using the MEP network, which consists of 51 different MEP centers. There's one in every state in the United States, plus Puerto Rico. We would look for the ability to satisfy that need. And if and when that need can be satisfied, that information is communicated back to us and then on to the client. So there is certain technical information that's required. Now, we have received tons of offers from, I'd say 50 or more companies that, are offering to sort of reorganize their operations to make medical caps and masks and gowns and things like that. But the problem is, again, we have to have a certain need to satisfy. And so again, rather than just saying I can do all of this, we really have to start with that need in mind. So this is what the technical information and the business information is geared to cover. The technical information will cover the item designation and or description, how it's applied, how is it used. Now, in most cases, if it's a mask, we're going to say this is used by maybe an orderly in a nursing home, just as a first line of defense, to avoid from either catching or from spreading maybe the coronavirus or anything else that might be communicable. we're going to talk about an item class and size, and these are things that people that would have the specific need would know. I mean, these are the kinds of things that are going to come from supply chain folks at hospitals or agents or buyers from hospitals. The item materials and perhaps a description of the manufacturing processes, and a summary of any technical specification or performance requirements. And again, these are things that would all be specified in the normal purchase of these kinds of goods. So, and then there's business information. Again, how many do you need? Is there a target price you're looking for? Delivery requirements, how are they going to be shipped? In what quantities? What's the frequency? And those types of things. Then any certification requirements that are present. And so with this information, we can then submit to through what we call the it's the item opportunity synopsis, and that's what kind of covers all of the technical and business information that we've presented to you here. And basically that's it. I mean, it's a pretty straightforward system. There is, it's just a way for us to utilize the MEP network to help broadcast specific needs so that we can utilize that network across the nation to try to find, to satisfy those needs, I should say. Now, I will tell you this, it is not going to be an easy nut to crack. Supply chains are extremely constrained right now. All of the certified materials that are used in the manufacture of hats and masks and gowns probably is accounted for. So, I'm not sure that, what kind of response we're going to get, but we're anxious to start engaging in the system and taking best advantage of it. My contact information is there. You see the phone and the email address, so please write those down. If you feel like there might be some need to communicate down the road, certainly feel free. Also, you can find me through the Missouri Enterprise website at www.missourienterprise.org, and would be happy to to engage with you at any point in time. So I'll open it up to questions now. If anybody have anything that they'd like to discuss?
It looks like we have a question from Misty. If appropriate to discuss in this venue, how are you getting the requests for needs? Many companies want to help. And wave your hand, Dave, if you can hear me. You can hear my voice. I'll get there. Okay, great. Many companies want to help, but how do we help them determine who to help at this time? That's an excellent question. And actually tomorrow at 9 a.m., Dave and I will be hosting a teleconference with the state and our federal partners to provide some insight on what those next steps are. So at this point, we have solicited the manufacturing community. I'm sure you've probably heard from Missouri Chamber and other business organizations asking for the same information. So if you've given it to one of us, then you are covered, and we've given that to the state for them to plug into the state system as well as the national system. Again, there may be another, if Missouri needs have been met, or if there's another supplier that you can connect with on a nationwide basis, then we're working in the background on that. So again, I invite you tomorrow at 9 a.m. to join us if you are interested in participating in that call and learning more about next steps, Misty. Please just send me an email and I'll get that invitation to you. But the entire goal is, of course, if you're willing to help out, what are the steps to actually make those products or connect with other manufacturers in this, I guess, the supply chain that we're trying to help develop, and then where are those needs? And the needs are certainly there. It's just now getting the supply chain first and connecting it with the needs. So that will all be discussed tomorrow. Any other questions here from the group?
Too easy.
Okay. Well, again, to all, thanks for joining us. I will be sure to send you a copy of this presentation in the coming days. If you want to learn more information about the scouting program, of course, Dave provided his information, but you can also find that online, and I will include it with the presentation as the follow-up. Or if you are interested in, again, helping, learning how to retool, learning how to put new processes in place to meet this urgent demand right now, then Dave is there to help. Again, mentioning the call for tomorrow, that is at 9 a.m. Send me an email and we'll make sure that you guys are on that. Other than that, have a great afternoon. Thank you for joining us, and please stay safe out there.
Yeah, thanks for your time.